Hi there, how are you? It's been a bit. I am Detola Aduke, known as Sweetest on Facebook. I did a couple of clips back, about 3 clips now, just talking generally about issues that affect us as human beings. Um, on this clip here, I'm going to be talking about misunderstanding friendly gestures. Misunderstanding friendly gestures. And this mainly applies to us women. Well, maybe some men too, apparently, because usually women show a lot of more emotions and feelings in any kind of relationship that we're in. Um, I noticed that, or rather, let me say, women mistake compassion for passion, which misleads us. Let me repeat that again. Compassion for passion, it misleads us. A lot of the times, when we know when a guy comes up to us and then they start their yada 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 kind of thing, and we get to like the guy, a lot of the times we don't really know what their intentions are, and compassion to me simply means a feeling of sympathy. you know it's when somebody shows you kindness by assisting you one way or the other. Compassion is totally different from passion. When we look at relationships these days, I think a lot of us women mix the two together, compassion and passion. Like I said, compassion is a feeling of sympathy. This is showing kindness while we're being assisted by a man, and then we'll take that to mean passion. Now, passion is another kind of feeling that leads to fulfilling our sexual desires, or whichever kind of desires that we may feel towards the guy. But mainly, it's passion is more or less like lust. Uh, you know, Desires that lead from the flesh to sexual desires. You know, Let me say intimacy. Now, compassion and passion are interwoven. Compassion and passion are two in one. Compassion and passion is like a chicken and is like chicken and eggs. Without no chicken, there's no eggs, if you understand what I mean. It goes hand in hand. And a lot of times most of us women mislead ourselves. You know, we mislead ourselves into thinking compassion is passion. The two can either be separate or they can be interwoven. It depends on what the person that is coming to us brings to our plate. Now, a good example is when we're in a relationship and it stops abruptly. Of course, the next guy that comes our way, we're going to be very vulnerable to him, if you know what I mean. He's going to show us kindness, especially there's no how you're going to meet somebody new that you're not going to tell them what happened with your previous ex or what happened in your past relationship. So a lot of times, some men base their intentions, their attitude towards what we tell them. And at the end of the day, what they have for us is compassion and not passion at all. You know, if I wish there was a way I wish there was a way women can detect that, to be able to know that, oh, this guy coming up to me is all about being compassionate, which there's nothing wrong in it. Or, okay, he wants to lust for me, or it's all going to be about passion. But in most cases, in order for a relationship to work, I think it starts with compassion and then it graduates into passion. But the end result, most of the times, is what I'm really concerned about. A lot of men usually take advantage of women, especially the single moms. I'm a single mom, so I know what I'm talking about. But luckily for me, I haven't been through a lot of the things that I read on Facebook, the experiences of a couple of people that I know, or a few friends I've had with, the men they were with. But I think I wish there was a way for women to differentiate between compassion and passion. A lot of men will play on our intelligence. They know that we're vulnerable. They bring whatever they most of the times we think they're right there for us, you understand, but they're not. They're there for their own selfish interest, which I'm sure some men will feel the same way too about women they've met. So let me say it's vice versa. It goes both ways. Um, a lot of the times, I don't think we should let our guards down. I know women are different. The way we think, the way we talk, the way we relate with men, and I'm assuming it's the same thing with men as well. But especially when we've been, especially when women have been beaten in a lot of relationship, not physically, but I mean, they've been hurt by the people that they really care about, by the men they care about, by the men they love. And at the end of the day, it's back to square one. And then you get dumped, and then another guy comes along. It's not like your behavior is not all right. It's not like you're not a good woman. So don't even look down on yourself. Don't think you're not a good woman for any man. Of course you are. Fingers are not equal. We all have our ways and manners of doing things, reacting to things around us, and especially in relationships. I wish there was a way that we could really determine and know when a man is being compassionate, or when it's all about passion for him, or when the two comes together and work as one. Ladies, we all want somebody out there. We all want a man in our life. For those of us who don't have, and also to those who have, you still got to keep your man, if you know what I'm saying. But then we shouldn't mistake passion for compassion. It's two different things, even though it works hand in hand. A lot of women have been vulnerable. I read a story recently on Facebook about a lady who got into a relationship with a guy, and he swept her off and out of her money. It was more or less like a 419 kind of thing. And a lot of that goes around a lot. So women just have to be careful. And it goes for men too, single men too, who are ready for a relationship and looking for a good woman out there. There are a lot of good women out there. There are a lot of good men out there. It's just that we mistake compassion for passion. And at the end of the day, for some women, they will think that, oh, their thinking is passion, but it is compassion. And when they get dumped by the guy, it's another story entirely. So all I'm saying is, new relationship comes along, we shouldn't really let our guards down. We should not that be more careful. You can't really be careful about relationships, but then a lot of times we see the signs, but some refuse to just notice it, and then we get hurt, and then it's the same cycle all over again. Boy meets girl, girl meets boy, compassion, passion, and then at the end of the day, it's back to square one. So we all can't be too careful. I'm wishing each and every one of us our heart desires. I'm wishing every one of us the kind of relationship that we pray for and hang into. To all the married couples out there that are doing it the honest way, that are humble to each other, I wish you all the very best. Some of you are encouraging to some of us, and a lot of you are not, nothing to write home about. It's too much fronting for you, but then you can still work at it. Relationships are not easy. I'm not a relationship expert at all. I'm not even close to it. And just because I'm not married doesn't mean I don't know more than some married women. I do. And on that note, thank you for listening. I hope somebody picks up one thing or the other from what I've just said. Wishing you all the very best, and I hope to see you soon. Take care and God bless. This is Detola, Aduke, sweetest, signing out.